Every gallery is an expression of the artist's own taste, and nowhere is this more evident than in the positively psychedelic room hung by John Hoyland. And he's got it all done in 4 hours.
You don't want to hang around here for 3 weeks, do you?
Hey, you want to get round to the pub? Yeah. So who's this? I see this huge painting in the middle. Yeah. Away with all that false modesty. I'm gonna put myself in the middle.
Absolutely.
Hoyland's perversely chosen not to exhibit the picture we watched him create, but he certainly hangs a gallery with the same virile panache that he brings to the act of painting.
I was a bit late arriving, and the academicians, even my best friends, they're like kids in a nursery. They want the best toys, you see. So I had to take what I got.
I see the last one gets the remnants.
That's right. But I managed to find that actually, hanging it with a lot of very skillful help, I think it looks good.
It looks great.
The only one I stole was Barbara Ray, because I wanted that in my room.
You pinched that
they allowed me to have it. And,
it hangs together well.
I think it looks right, and I like the kind of this kitsch Van Gogh that nobody wanted.
Shh, don't say that. The artist might watch the telly.
No, I think it's great. I love it. It's looking across at the Cairo, you see.
It's quite spare compared to what I think of as, you know, an in quotes normal Royal Academy hang. And you know, like, how come there isn't a picture above that one? How come there isn't?
You know, the trouble is that this kind of painting needs space around it. It's not framed. You know, of course, you know, the frame was designed to exaggerate perspective, you know, to bring more perspective into a picture. These paintings don't contain any perspective, so they expand out.
Who did those?
I don't know that. I don't know that. A non-member. I wish he'd use more. You know, people just use black and white, and there are many, many whites and many, many blacks.
Maybe you should put a few notes, like, could you not write a school report, you know, to all of the artists that you've chosen?
No.
Oh, dear Mr. Kitsch Van Gogh, next time get the ear off.
I think they look very well up there.
They're far from finished, but what do you think?
I like it. I mean, well, there's lots of things to like.
My favourite is this, by a guy called Matthew Courts, whose stuff I haven't seen before, but I like it because it's funny. It's a car reflected in the side of another car, isn't it? It's how a car looks in the reflection of a car door.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's great. Who did it? I've never heard of this guy.
Matthew Courts.
Matthew Courts. Everyday car.
What about you? What do you love?
I quite like Damien Hirst's contribution. I've been so horrible about him so often. I thought maybe I should be nice about him just this once. I like the fact that he's got back to his favourite subject of all, death.
So he's taken his skin off?
It's St. Bartholomew, yeah. Michelangelo painted his self-portrait of St. Bartholomew on the Sistine Chapel firewall. So Damien is obviously telling us that he is the modern Michelangelo.
The show's coming together in its usual wonderfully chaotic way, but so far I've only managed to find one of my choices. Where are the others?
Ah, yes, here. Still in the running. That drawing, which I so much liked. And... ah, here we are. It's my sort of Billy Bunter artist, I think of her. I think the big photo piece was still in the running. The one with the old man sitting with all the trees cut down, but actually it's not looking good, because this is the one photo-based art room.
Still, 3 out of 4 might be going through.
I'm optimistic, anyway.
2 weeks later, and the time has come for my 4 chosen artists and me to find out the news we've all been anxiously waiting for. The letters have arrived.
Feels like an acceptance.
It says, "Thank you for entering this year's summer exhibition."
With nearly 10,000 entries, the competition was extremely strong.
On this occasion, I'm sorry to inform you that your works were not hung in the exhibition. I'm disappointed, but happy that I've kind of, know the outcome now, so I can concentrate on my work.
However, I'm delighted to inform you that your work, Burning the Tree, has been selected.
Thank you for entering this year's summer exhibition.
Sorry to inform you that your works were not hung in the exhibition. I'm just thinking what I'm going to do with it, actually, when it comes back, because it's 10 foot long. I'm delighted to inform you that your work for the dealer has been selected and hung in the exhibition. Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Several tears of joy and a few sighs later, all the chosen artists are invited to see where their work has been hung.
Well, I must say I'm very, very glad that your work got through. So congratulations, Adrian.
Thank you very much.
It was one of the first things that caught my eye.
To be at eye level for the first time in 20 years is very, very good, actually. It's
It
quite
is.
an achievement, yes.
Eye level is excellent. I mean, you wouldn't want to be up there. You end up just looking at a reflection of the skylight.
Well, last year it was a question of binoculars.
And I can't believe you're actually polishing. You're actually polishing the painting.
It's beeswax, so it just brings the polish out, the shine.
The great advantage of using encaustic, shiny paintings. Are you pleased to have been chosen?
Absolutely, yeah.
Congratulations, the winner in the red corner. Okay, that's great. Well, at least two of my favourites got in. I think that's a pretty good strike rate. But what about the exhibition as a whole? Has this year's theme, making space, made a difference? In fact, Janet, if you didn't know that the theme of this year's show was making space, do you think you would have been able to guess?
No. In a word, no. Because the print room is so packed just the way it was. OK, now you've got black and white and then you've got colour, but it still should have been called lack of space. And yes, you've got the video room, but the thing that's really interesting is the big central room, which is very vibey and colourful, and it's got the big Tracy Emin painting in it, and that's a bit like the British chill-out lounge. And then next door, in the other room, curated by Alan Jones, you've got the big Anselm Kiefer, and that is the very arid, rather cold, intellectual room. So you've got this kind of dichotomy going on, but if you're going to ask me, can I spot the theme? The answer is no. It's all a bit like an upmarket jumble sale. I love it because there are great things in it, but there's some real crap as well.
You look like a boxer who's just taken it on the chin and, like, you know, so you've got a strong jaw. Come back with a few
I think
punches.
the thing about the theme is it's more of a statement of intent, actually, rather
than reality?
Yeah, about how we want to try and give room to work so that you can see it. I mean, I think Gallery 3 is a good one that you pointed out, that you've got all of that room, that you've got the side Twombly at the end. There is a feeling of airiness there. And I think one of the other preoccupations with it is to try and make those objects that take up a lot of space, i.e. the sculpture, work very well with the paintings, which is always quite difficult because they've both got very different demands on space.
What do you think, Stephen? I mean, is the summer show the place to go if you want to sort of put your finger on that thing we call the zeitgeist?
Well, frankly, no. But that's not me to say it's not a wonderful event. It's hugely entertaining. It's a must. I hope it never changes and lasts forever. But there was a time. I always think that you looked to great painters, great sculptors, whatever, for thought leadership. Again, a terrible clunking cliche we use in my commercial world. I don't think you see much thought leadership here.
Edith, I mean, it used to be, I remember when I was a baby art critic, no sort of serious cutting